This morning on Halloween weekend, a journey through the history of magic with David Copperfield. The most successful commercial magician of all time is more than 4 decades into his career and still putting on shows every day. This week, he released a new book, David Copperfield's History of Magic, which takes readers through the legendary figures of illusion. The book is published by Simon & Schuster, a division of Viacom CBS. But we spoke with Copperfield about much more: magic, family, the past, and future.
The magic of David Copperfield.
David Copperfield began taking his place in magic history in the late 1970s with a television special, and went on to do a series of primetime events on CBS, including making the Statue of Liberty disappear, walking through the Great Wall of China, and getting cut in half by the death saw. I remember as a kid watching those David Copperfield specials. When you watch them today, what do you think?
Sometimes I cringe a little bit, and sometimes I like it. There wasn't much that I would have changed about it. There's a lot of bad haircuts and a lot of big collars and a lot of things that, you wish, oh, I could do that. But there's certain things that I think have really made a mark, and those ones I'm kind of proud of.
His new book, David Copperfield's History of Magic, is a personal journey chronicling centuries of astonishing performances. When did magic start?
We think in the Egyptian times, in China, there's roots of it in China that go way back. The first book ever to be written on magic itself is that book right there, The Discovery of Witchcraft, 1584.
Copperfield's book is an extension of the private gallery that he's been curating for decades. Just off the famed Las Vegas Strip, the outside of the International Museum and Library of the Conjuring Arts is disguised as an homage to Corby's, the haberdashery his father owned when Copperfield was growing up as David Kotkin in New Jersey. Beyond the facade, priceless magical tools used by the men and women Copperfield has idolized since he was a child. Among the legends featured in the book, the great Robert Houdin.
Robert Houdin, we call the father of modern magic, because he took magicians off the street and put it in a respectable setting. Houdin himself really invented the first smart home. The door to his house would open as a magic effect. Come over here, put your back against the wall, please. Grab the bottom of the tie and pull.
An effect not unlike the one Copperfield incorporated at the secret entrance to his collection.
Follow me.
On the other side of the would-be dressing room are more than 80,000 pieces of magic memorabilia. This place has expanded how much in the last few years?
I think 5 times.
Usually only open to researchers and fellow magicians, Copperfield gave us a private tour.
Thayer props, Abbott's props.
Revealing these one-of-a-kind exhibits.
This is Robert Albo demonstrating the method of this. Well, you can't show that.
Including the famous straitjacket worn by Eric Weiss, who you know as Harry Houdini, the greatest escape artist of all time.
Harry Houdini, October the 29th, 1914.
A display is dedicated to Adelaide Herman, the queen of magic, who had a legendary career catching bullets. The first giant of magic Copperfield was able to meet and learn from in person was Channing Pollock.
The cameras shoot this in slow motion, and yet...
He dazzled audiences by pulling doves, seemingly out of nowhere. When you watch Pollock's videos, it's effortless.
It's really, really beautiful. And lots of people do that kind of act. But nothing's quite like that.
It's like he's not even trying.
No, and not trying and doesn't.
But he is.
Mm-hmm. That's magic. So we have a comic. They're all empty.
Magic, as Copperfield writes about and practices, is not supernatural.
All the different colors.
It is the art of appearing to be.
Nice.
What?
Spider.
Though it can still be hard to figure out the difference.
Spider.
How does that happen? Like when he asked us to name any card from a full deck.
Say it out loud.
10 of diamonds.
Okay, watch.
What? No frickin' way. Come on. Wait a minute.
It's magic.
How does that happen? How does that happen? I would like to know. Please explain. No one will. If you want to know where Copperfield's obsession came from, go back to his childhood. His latest show is heavy on family. Copperfield's dad gave up his stage and screen dreams to nourish his son's goals. If your dad had not given up his acting career, would we be sitting here today?
Well, no one's ever asked me that before. I think we would. Because I think he would have still encouraged me to follow my dreams, because he would have had his dream too. You know, I think, yeah, wow, that's great. Okay, you're turning into Oprah. You're gonna start making me cry.
I don't mean to make this a therapy session.
Yeah, do it. This is good. I like therapy. I need some.
Today's Copperfield performances at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas are different. More interaction with the audience. More focus on the next generation.
I love when magic is pushed into new directions.
What's the best kind of magic?
Magic that inspires. Magic that can move the world forward. I do lots of magic in my show that prototypes the future, that shows what the possible future accomplishments of humanity is, you know. I hope there's a kid in the audience that's gonna see that and have the wherewithal to make it real.
Now more than 40 years into his career, still works every single day, does multiple shows most days, which is pretty remarkable. And the show is it's how it's evolved. It's almost like Copperfield, half magician, half stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Right? These shows, he's out in the audience
Right.
doing these shows.
He
every day.
looks great, and I was with you. I want to
does.
know how you do that.
Yes, I know. I still can't figure it out.
I know I wanted to, if I were you, I would have wanted to pinch myself because, you know, we all grew up with him.
Yeah.
And
Those
he was-
specials.
Yeah, and he still looks as young as
That's what I said.
Still looks pretty
It's
good.
magic.
Yes, it is magic. There you
Different
go.
kind of magic, but magic nonetheless.